My given name is Michael Patrick Mahan. I go by Mickey, and I have adopted the sobriquet of the Flying Busman. I've been driving bus long enough to fall in love with it a million times. That's a long time. But let's suffice to say, well over 2 decades. "25 years ago, I started to keep a journal. I'd never written anything before, and I started to keep a journal to try to make some sense of what I was doing and try to give some meaning to what was otherwise a very meaningless kind of existence at that point. It's just that something in that time opened up inside of me and poetry came out, and I've been writing it ever since. After driving for a little over a year, discovered that it was a good venue for my poetry. And so things just kind of happened almost on their own, and I fell into a position that has been ideal for me. I'm having more fun now after almost 30 years of bus driving than I've ever had, and I've always had fun.
Those closet Rapunzels with coiffed hair, magnifying glasses, padded shoe inserts, and half a smile stretching from 9 to 5. Spend their days surrounded by Shakespeare, Anais Nin, Colette, and Lord Byron, Erica Jong, Henry Miller, D.H. Lawrence, and Whitman, collecting overdue fines.
So I had been driving bus on the hill for about 2 years, and I started to think about the poetry and how I wanted to incorporate that into what I was doing on the hill as a bus driver. And it just started to kind of evolve from there. So I thought, well, what else can I do? And I had been kind of in the back of my mind thinking about some way to take my poetry to the next level. So it occurred to me that I could read my poetry on the bus. I've got the perfect captive audience, right? They're not going anywhere until I open the door. They're stuck. So they're there. I've got a microphone. It's a perfect opportunity for me to try out some of my poetry on the bus riders. So day one, I had my manuscript of the Flying Busman set up on the dash to my left-hand side behind. We have a door control handle, so the manuscript was there. The bus was full of people. I got my microphone all arranged, and I was ready to go. I had it turned on. And I was so scared, I couldn't do it. I was shaking, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I got down to College Place. I let everybody off the bus, and I thought, well, you chicken shit. You've gone this far. You had a perfect opportunity to take this to the next level, and you blew it. I was, metaphorically kicking myself in the rump on my way back to South Campus. So day 2, virtually the same scenario. Bus full of people. The manuscript's here. I come out of ComArt onto Comstock, and I'm headed towards College Place, and I've got the microphone turned on, and I pick up the manuscript and kind of hold it where I can kind of look at it with one eye and watch the road with the other eye. And I did it, and I sang it, and it felt good, and I got a huge round of applause. Everyone was, I don't know, probably shocked more than anything, but it was a wonderful response. And I got down to College Place that day, on day 2, and everyone got off the bus. And I'm telling you, I was so high, I felt like I was like floating like 6 inches above the seat all the way back to South Campus. I thought, fucking A, man, we did it. This is awesome. And so from that day on, we've been doing it pretty much every day and typically several times a day.
Our poem is called Graveyard in Winter. Graveyard in Winter. It goes like this. Sealed up tighter than a virgin's purse, the coffins under the graveyard's frozen ground knock at the rocks and roll with the worms. They wiggle and writhe to sink with every ounce of sin.
Without them, without the Syracuse community, I couldn't be who I am today, and would not have had anywhere nearly as much fun in the driver's seat of my bus as I have had in the last few years without the Syracuse University community. And so their words are inadequate for me to express the love and appreciation and joy that I have experienced because of everyone at SU. So I just, thank you is the best I can do. Railroad blues. Because them railroad trains, they ain't doing like what they used to do. Railroad blues.